SIBM Nagpur is often seen as a weaker Symbiosis campus.
That we are the best in this league.
There is a gap,
I think that we'll be able to achieve it.
such as MBA is irrelevant right now. Sorry for my language.
And I have full confidence.
So, hello everyone. We at SIBM Nagpur keep making a lot of videos, keep answering a lot of questions, but there have been some queries that have been unanswered. And in this video, we're going to answer everything. This video is for the students, by the students, and of the students. And to answer, we have none other than the director of our Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Nagpur, Dr. Shailesh Rastogi, sir. Welcome, sir. And thank you so much for coming to answer these questions. But I must tell you, these questions are a bit harsh. These are from inside the college and outside the college. So I'm pretty sure there won't be a problem, any problem in answering.
Not at all. Go ahead.
Okay. So, sir, every director says that our college is best in league and, we have been doing this and that, but we feel that the language is same. But outside, do you think that SIBM Nagpur is often seen as a weaker Symbiosis campus on social media or other forums? What's your take on that?
My answer to this question will be this, that usually there's a perception. When a perception is made, it takes time to change the perception. But now if you look at things in totality, you will, okay, there is a perception, there was a perception, but right now on the grounds, because I am in the thick of the affairs, I have access to all the information, I have data with me. So I know that data wise, whether we talk about placement or we talk about academics or we talk about the student driven ecosystem here, things are completely changed now. But what happens that when you do something, then the market accepts that and changes the perception. So to my mind, it is only a matter of time. And if you look at the market also, same perception, whatever perception market had about us 2 years back and whatever market has a perception about us, there is a significant change. And I'm not saying that it's completely positive, but it will take another 1 or 2 years. You will find that it will be very well recognized because we know what we are doing.
Okay, since you've been talking about perception, and rightly so, we have, front ends and the back ends all across social media. So do you think, or let me put it this way, why should a student choose MBA from SIBM Nagpur rather than spending one more year to get a stronger ROI?
Disha, very clear-cut answer for this question. If somebody has got time, he or she can manage, then this is always a universal answer to this question. Yes, he or she should wait for one more year, get ready. But let's say, assume a situation where somebody has got not very great percentile, maybe less than 80% or 85, 89%, something like that. And person has got a situation in which he cannot wait for one more year. He has to take the admission. Then I would like to share with you, Disha, in that league, we'll call it Tier 2B school. In that league, what I have very strong conviction, and I have got statistics to support that point, that we are the best in this league. The kind of job offers we are offering, job profiles which are being provided by companies which are offering that kind of salaries, I don't think so. Any Tier 2B school like us have this kind of packages being offered to the people. So keeping this thing in mind, that the league in which we are, and then the kind of jobs which are being offered, I think we are one of the best. I'm not saying we are the best, but we are one of the best institution in this league, and that's why I'll say that definitely if somebody has got a situation where he cannot or she cannot wait for one more year and he has got less score, I think that SIBM Nagpur is the best choice.
Okay, so since you mentioned that recruiters and the job placements that our students are getting are quality roles and they are, above market in this category. So I would like to ask, what is the recruiter's perception of our students? How many recruiters do you feel that every year they come back to the college, or if they don't, what's the feedback they give for our students?
I'll answer your question in one or two phases. First, that how many recruiters come again and again. Then we have got a sizable set of companies. We can call them legacy companies. They come every year. So what is the interpretation of that? There is a set of companies which find that always, and high-end companies, I'm not taking name for obvious reasons, but there are companies which are coming again and again. It means our students are adding value to those companies. That's why they are coming again and again. So there are something which is good from that point of view. Then you ask this question, what are their feedbacks? I would like to share you a very funny thing from here. It is really, I mean, my perspective or my own analysis on this, that when we are, especially this, we are seeing not very long, just from the first quarter of this year, when we were placing the last batch, we realized one situation that somehow, because the placement team, I mean, placecom students in placecom, they are working so hard at the SIBM Nagpur. And I'm not saying that we are not also complimenting them. We means director, faculty members, head placements, everyone is working very hard to take the institution to the next level in terms of bringing companies on board. But what is happening, surprisingly, that the students somehow, what we are finding that they are also trying very hard, but somehow the pace at which we are growing in terms of bringing the companies, and the students are not able to keep pace with that change. And that is the feedback which I am getting from the companies. Last year when I got, because last year means when we were placing the, let's say, those who were not placed before December, they were having that situation in the last quarter of this year, I mean the first quarter of this year. So I realized, I found that problem, but I ignored that. I said, no, no, it is only just figment of my imagination. That's not a reality. I waited. But this year, when I'm about to finish second quartile of my batch, December is just approaching. 31st December is approaching. I'm again finding the same situation. That institution has gone to that level in terms of bringing the companies, number of companies, the kind of job offers, and the salary packages which are being offered by the corporate. But when we are looking at the preparation of student, so they are also working very hard, but there is a gap. Probably we are moving very fast in terms of bringing companies on board, but students are unable to keep pace with the changing scenario in terms of good companies coming on board. So that's a very typical situation. And I'm not ending here. What I'm saying that I'm also completely transforming the way we used to prepare students for placement. And one more thing I would like to add here. It is wrong to say, my mind says that, and I ensure that what I think that should be executed. I don't separate the pre-placement activity with the academic or co-curricular or extracurricular. My strong conviction is that all three complement each other, and all three should lead to the preparation of student. All three should ensure students are corporate ready, and that is what the, if you say change, that is the feedback I have got from the corporate, and that is my immediate change which I am going to implement. And I'm working overnight. I believe probably in this year, by the time I have the first quarter of this year or next year, I think I'll again be getting this feedback that situations have improved from the student side also, and the institution has gone to this level. Probably students will be again going to match the kind of growth we have seen in terms of bringing companies on board. So that's the answer to your question, feedback, and my response to that.
Okay, so since you have given a response that there is a gap, of the feedback is that there is a gap, and we trust that the entire management is working really hard, and even the students are working really hard in terms of, corporate ready, as you mentioned, or being employable. So could you specify some things that what is the institution doing to make students even more competent so that they can fill that particular gap?
If I just think about it, what exactly the gap areas are, then somewhere or the other, again, it's very funny, because it's again matter of perception. Because when a student join us, they don't perceive that they are going to join the tier 1 B school. They know they are going to join tier B school, tier 2 B school, and they are not very confident of themselves, honestly speaking. But when they meet us, I mean, I have no lack of confidence in my approach or thinking. So we are working overnight and we are bringing good companies. Good companies are coming. We are confident that we are good. But the students somehow they have the legacy mindset or some baggages which they have. So they are not confident. So what my job is, honestly speaking, just to make them feel confident. That guys, you have been part of us. We have trained you in such a good way that you are at par with the best of the best. So don't feel any kind of lack of confidence. And I think that a lot of mental work is required to make people more confident of themselves. So attribute wise, trait wise, and the competency wise, is the knowledge imparting, skill building, all those things are world class here, already done. But it's only the confidence building. Probably Again, as I said, that they have not scored very great in a snap, so they have got some baggage, and which they are still carrying. So I don't think so. That's a tough job. But realizing the problem was the first most difficult thing which we have already done. So I think that correction part will be easier, and that's what my conviction is.
Okay, so as we talked about the gaps, the feedbacks, I'm sure the institution is doing good, and I'm sure students are also really working hard towards whatever is, it's been happening. So as you mentioned, that perception is going, and you have data to prove it, and in 1 2 years, you say that the perception is going to change. So I'd ask a better question: that do you think what's the 3 year plan of SIBM Nagpur, and what are the claims, or you'd say how would you rise above the perception within 3 years?
We shall look at the data of SIBM Nagpur 2 years before. The highest salary was in a very compromised situation. Similarly, the average. And I'll tell you one more statistic which people don't ask. What is the lowest salary which is being offered?
Yeah.
All three data was very much compromised. But yeah, those were formative years for the institute. Things were, taking shape from the zero. We are hardly 6 years baby, I mean, old 6 year old baby, not very, we haven't spent years, not decades. So whatever was there, that was okay. But right now, when you look at after 2 years, as I'm saying that we are working for last 2 3 years very hard. So now situations have changed. Look at our statistics in terms of maximum salary, average salary, and the lowest salary also. So all three statistics have been completely transformed. But what I'm saying that if this momentum continues, and my job is again to maintain this momentum, the momentum of change, momentum of growth and development. So what I am, telling, I'm anticipating that what will happen tomorrow. I think that we are going to consolidate our positions. It is just, it should not be somebody will say it's just a chance that people have got a salary of let's say 29 LPA. People can react to that way
Yeah.
because this is the first time we have got that salary. So my job is right now to maintain the momentum and consolidate our position. And I can Disha the way we are happening, and we are saying this respect to the market condition. We are not saying that we are going to bog down just because market conditions are not going to be conducive for us in the future. No, we are completely ready, and we are factoring in all the possible things which can go wrong in the future. So when I'm making this statement that we will try to maintain the momentum and will consolidate our position, so I'm factoring in all the possible things which may go wrong in the future. So what I'm saying that the 3 years, we would definitely be having the highest salary of 30 LPA plus. Average is 12 right now. I think 1 or 2 LPA should go up. And bottom, there I am not committing. Right now we have got lowest salary of 7 LPA, which is a genuine fact. Uh, I think that we'll stick to that because I don't think so market will be giving us that kind of leverage that we can increase our lowest salary. But average and highest, what I believe that within 3 years we'll be having a very respectable mass, and that way I can say that we are fully geared up for the future to come.
Okay, that's lovely. And as you mentioned about the market condition, I want to highlight a fact that there have been a lot of entrepreneurs out there and a lot of, I'd say, potential billionaires who have made statements such as MBA is irrelevant, or people who are doing MBA right now, sorry for my language, are stupid. So, do you think that it has affected all in all MBA market, specifically tier 2 B schools? And if yes, do you think SIBM Nagpur would be able to take charge of it and build more entrepreneurs than people who just go in the corporate race?
My take on this is very simple, that offer the person what they want or what they are ready of or what they are capable of, what they are ready for and what they are capable of. For example, suppose somebody's total traits does not fit in to be a great entrepreneur or successful entrepreneur. There's no need to force him. Similarly, somebody is good for entrepreneurship. You can't intentionally force him for a job just because to start a business he might take a few more extra years. He won't be able to make money at all. So I think that it is fitting of the person at the right place is more important. If there are people, we can take your example, from day zero we knew, I mean gradually you also picked up this and you realized very soon, probably before the placement season started, you decided yourself. And whether I don't know whether you have officially accepted that, but I think that the conducive environment which you would have found at SIBM Nagpur would have definitely helped you to take this decision at the right moment, that no, job is not your right place, but entrepreneurial venture is the right place for you. So that is also a great thing from the SIBM Nagpur, that we are providing that kind of conducive environment ecosystem that people can decide what is the best for them, whether they should go for entrepreneurial venture or they should continue looking for the best possible job. Now, the next part of the question can be answered this way: what we are doing for entrepreneurial things. We have recently started, ESL was there, but we have started giving more shape to it. And in July itself, as the new batch came, because MBA is only for 2 years, so we have to be very careful. We have started the ideation competition, and we are thinking probably in the month of January or February, we'll be having something like grand pitch. We'll be calling the finances on board, and we'll be asking them to look at the proposals which are relatively in better shape, because ideation competition happened in July, and this will be doing after 6 7 months. So I believe that we'll be having good people, good number of people will be applying for that. There will be good event, and I think this idea will hold some more sense, more meaning. So what we have additionally, what we have done, we have made industry and faculty panel a combined force. So when we get idea, we try to mentor them. Mentoring is very important when we talk about entrepreneurship. So what we are doing, we are having a panel of two people, one from industry, one from academia, and they are helping the student to give shape from ideation stage to converting that idea into minimum viable product. So that kind of initiative, and I'm again saying, Dasha, we don't do things for the sake of doing it. When we are doing it, then we are putting a heart and soul into it. When I say that we have started this year entrepreneurial activities in more seriousness, then we are doing it. And I believe that by the end of this year, we'll surely have at least one venture which will practically fructify, and there should be some real time business which we can see. Real time in the sense that they will be actually doing some business, they will be starting their venture, put it that way. So that's the idea for entrepreneurship from a SIBM Nagpur.
That's actually really good, and I'd like to go back to the fact that you mentioned that there is a point even before the placement season started. So I'd like to mention it to all the viewers that yes, SIBM Nagpur does provide the culture, even not if not directly, then indirectly, because you have been put in such responsibility positions that the student-driven culture you get pushed. I think I was the one who just realized it earlier than others, so I believe other people would realize it later down the line. So coming back to our conversation where you claimed that given the market conditions in 3 years, we feel that our numbers are going to be better and everything. What accountability mechanisms are in place if the student, if not entirely, is able to deliver whatever claims have been made? So, do you think somebody is going to take accountability?
No, accountability lies with me only. As I said that when I'm planning, I'm factoring in all the possible things which can go wrong, which may or may not support us. So what I'm saying that I have very strong conviction on this issue. I have full confidence that, as I'm saying that we have already reached to 28, 29 LPA per annum as the highest package. What I have very strong conviction that this will cross 30 and this will go up. That is what our planning is. And as I'm saying again and again, that we have factored in all the possible things which can go wrong. So taking accountability, I'm here to take the accountability, and I'm saying that it will happen. Again, there is always 5% chances that how so much hard you put in efforts, but that's what the business is. That's what planning and execution is. So we know what we are doing, and I know what I'm saying, and I'm making responsible statement that we have done our due diligence, all the possible calculations, and I don't think so that situation will be that bad. But yeah, 95% I'm sure that we'll surely be able to achieve it.
Okay, given that, do you have anything to say or ask to the students? Because now, from your POV, we have heard that management is doing good, you're doing good, the committees responsible are doing good. Where are the students lacking, and what do you think students could do better so that your 95% claims become 99%?
Nisha, again, I'll give you a slightly different point of view on this. I believe students are always same. I'm in this profession for last 25 years. My conviction is students are always same. And I have been to good B school. I mean, better than what SIBM Nagpur is. I was with SIBM Pune for 6 years before joining here. Students are same everywhere. Always you will find one quartile of these students who are exceptionally brilliant, and another one quartile which are no mood to work hard, and then you have got 50% people who are at the margin. They can go either side. So there's the wisdom, or there's the driving force of the ecosystem which will ensure that all the people try to achieve the same goal. And there I take the credit. I say that I ensure things happen that way. So as such, I don't expect anything from student. They are the way they are. I'm very happy. And honestly speaking, Disha, my daughter is also of the very same age. So I feel that this generation is phenomenally great. It's not that I'm trying to please anyone. No, I believe that first of all, I have this, so I have to survive with them. I have to ensure that students should do the best. So that way also, and otherwise, I don't think so. Everyone is good at their own respective place, wherever they are, whatever they think. So that way, I don't think that I have any condition that if this happens only then that will happen. No. Whatever way students are there, I think that we'll be able to achieve it. And I have full confidence in my ability to motivate people, drive people to do the good things. And you can yourself see, I mean, at times I go to corporate and I, slightly become, I feel funny there again. I feel something that why this is so. People find it difficult to manage with these NGs. But
Hmm.
I have always found very comfortable in handling the new generation. And before that also, from very beginning, I have been very comfortable in handling these students. Last 25 years, I am handling these students only of the very same age, in the bracket of 20 to 25, usually. So I don't think so that we will not be able to do what we are planning to, and I don't think so that anything specific our students have to do. No, people should do what they are doing, and I think that's good enough for me.
Given that, as you mentioned, that you have always enjoyed working with people, I can also rather endorse this claim because mostly you are with the students, you're directly working with the students. So I do believe in the vision as a student, and I'm also speaking for the students here. And I, as you talked about confidence, I, as a SIBM Nagpur student, I'm very proud to say that I'm a SIBM Nagpur student, or for that matter, probably most of the people. I cannot account for 100% of the audience, but I can account for most of them, that they would also feel. And during internships, we have also established that our students were at par with either, we can say, Blackie or tier 1 colleges, and we have excelled.
But I'm telling you, I
So
said, na, people have baggages, and I'm working hard to make them remove those baggages, and that is very important. People should feel more confident of themselves. And again, I'm not saying that they are wrong. It's not being right and wrong. It is just having some baggage. They think that they have got lesser number of score during snap. The cutoff, I mean, their scores were less, so they feel less confident. So I think that slight working with them, giving them more opportunities where they will be, as you have said, when they go, and not in only internship. When students, we have started sending more and more students for taking part in competition into good B schools and different corporate based events also. And there, when our students go and they compete and they become successful, most of them, they start realizing that they are not less than anyone, and that is the feeling I want them to start feeling. You are not less than anyone, you are second to none. And that is something I think that we have to work hard. I have openly admitted this. This is the point where students are lacking, and but I'm on it. I'm saying I'm on it, and I'll make it happen.
okay, that's a lovely conversation to hear. I hope nothing nothing goes south, because these questions, I personally believe that they had to be addressed. Given our position in the market, we are coming with a strong foot and internal, and I feel a lot of queries would have been answered with this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being patient with us, sir. And thank you so much for the audience. If there are any other questions, we'd love to take it up. So all the best, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you very much, Disha, for giving me opportunity to share with you what I actually think, and I hope that this is going to be good for all of us. I mean, for you, for me, and for the students, those who are looking forward to SIBM Nagpur to join. All the best to all of you, all the viewers.